My face is red.
Well, probably the sunburn, but you can't
No,
see mine
my
anymore.
ears are. Somebody's talking shit.
Somebody's talking shit.
Somebody's talking shit. Both my head is hot. My ears are hot. My face wasn't this red a few minutes ago.
You didn't fall asleep at the beach like I did? Well, I didn't fall asleep at the beach. I fell asleep in the
I
sun.
had my face covered though. I had a towel over my head because I didn't want. I can't look. I have makeup that I have to match a skin tone to, and I can't go beyond what it is right now. We're live. Yes, we are. Kind of, sort of on time today.
Kind of. No, we're on time. We're literally 2 minutes late. This is on time for us.
That's true. That's true. But yeah,
What's
I was
going
being.
on, Leo? What's going on, Noah? Oh my God, look at the fire behind you.
Hello. Oh my God.
I'm just gonna roast some marshmallows.
I mean, really. Thank you, Gemini.
Don't just please ignore the fire behind my head.
The gods
There's
were.
a 5-minute grace period. We made it.
There we go. See, that's just like at work. Boom.
Well, happy 420, guys.
Happy 420. Happy Easter. Happy everything that you celebrate today.
Yes. To those who celebrate, happy Easter. To those who celebrate, happy 420.
To those who participate.
Right. That is what I'm doing right now. I'm rolling my little blunt up for this little marijuana chat.
Happy birthday. Whose birthday is? Oh, are you talking to me?
I mean, you and me in here, girl.
I forget, man. I had so much stress leading up to this birthday. It was unreal.
But did you have a good birthday?
Yes, I did. I had not the best. Like, it was just very. Thank you.
It better have been the best.
What?
$1,600 refrigerator. It better have been the best.
Period.
I got a new refrigerator.
$1,600.
Yeah. And it was on sale. That's what's sad. It was the sale price. But we needed one. Actually, no, that's a fucking lie. We didn't need it.
No, the fuck you didn't.
We didn't need it. But we were tired of the apartment fridge or the townhouse fridge. It's a little bitty. Okay, you know what? It doesn't even matter. So then we went to the beach. Did we go? What did we do on my birthday? Nothing, right? We went to dinner. We went to dinner. Okay, little fun fact, okay? I don't celebrate my birthday the way most people do. I can't stand it. He got my favorite cake, and I was off work. I got to talk to my best friend all day, pretty much, off and on. And that was it. I didn't do, and then we ate dinner. And then my youngest son bought me a hot fudge sundae for dinner, or for dessert. And it was amazing because I love hot fudge sundaes. Clearly. And I got my 2-mile walk in that day. I got my 2-mile walk in yesterday. I, however, did not do a 2-mile walk today, but I did do some other exercises while Alan was sleeping. So it was good. It's good. I don't like look, okay, self-imposed or not, I don't leave my house as much as I possibly can at all on my birthday because every single freaking time something happens. Every single time something happens. So I try not to leave the house. I just like a chill day. I don't want to do house chores unless I like to. I just want to chill. I literally don't want to do shit.
You know what always happens on my birthday? Rain.
Oh. Well, and you kind of need it that time of year, though.
I mean, no, yeah, it's literally the hottest time of year. And it's never all day. It's just like a good 20-minute fuck up to the day, you know, because we could be having a giant like rager outside, a whole fucking party, and then we all have to cram inside for a good 20 minutes because it's about to storm out of nowhere.
Well, that's good. That's good. It's a good. I take that as a good sign.
It's cleansing.
Yeah, cleansing. It's replenishing.
Can't really. You guys don't have enough fire on my end with that fire. I can't help you. Here's more. We like fire over here.
I'm reading comments.
Okay, I was like, what are you looking at so hard? All right, maybe I should comments.
I celebrated something like National Food Day or something. That's exactly what I would celebrate. That'd be
What
awesome.
is up, Jaden? We are happy you are here finally.
Yes.
I did something like that. Oh, I think he meant Alan when he said $1,600. Better have been his birthday.
He's a cheese ball.
Oh my God! When's your birthday, Lady Witch? Why is it snowing? That's gross. I don't fuck with that. My birthday is in August, so it's like the hottest time of the year. So we ain't gonna get snow. Thank the gods.
No, we don't. I mean, I can't say that because we actually did get snow this year.
Yeah, you did.
But he watches the shit that I can't watch while I'm watching this, and it's so distracting. He's watching The Righteous Gemstones, and all I hear is Danny McBride's big ass fucking voice in my ear.
Yeah.
Are you gonna like that thing?
Yeah, 420. Let's go. Why do I look like I'm glowing?
It's a 420 video on 420. I know you've been partaking all day long. I, however, have been sober all day.
That is terrible.
That's what he said. He's like, that's your fault.
For real. Okay. So, should we tell the people what we are here to truthfully talk about and why?
You should. I want everybody to notice his golden tan. By the way, while I step out of frame.
I have a golden tan, so y'all don't lie to her now.
He's gonna be gold by tomorrow.
I hope. Because I saw my mother and I was like, I'm surprised you didn't ask why I'm so fucking red. She's like, you're not red. You're turning like brown now. I'm like, I better hope so.
So,
goddamn walls.
his front got burnt. My back got burnt today.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anybody gets this reference, then you're an OG. Brown on one side, then turn over. Does anybody know what that's from?
I don't even know.
I know you don't know. If you did know, oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Lady Witch is an Aries, and her birthday is on August.
Turn it down.
April 2nd, not August.
What happened?
Lady Witch's birthday is April 2nd. She's an Aries.
Lady, and you get snow?
We got snow last Saturday?
Yeah.
We got, see, how does that work? In 1 week, we got snow, inches of snow, and I get sunburn.
I mean, that's pretty cool, though. You got all 4 seasons in 1 week.
That's cool.
Snow is cold.
You want the snow? I'll
No.
make the snow.
I don't want the snow.
Oh, you want the snow? You
I
sound
don't
like you
want
want the snow.
Don't threaten me.
You want the snow?
You want me to come through this computer?
Yes.
Same.
Right. Bitch, I wish.
Right.
Oh my god. Okay, no, so we're here to discuss, because it is 420, not only are we here to just celebrate y'all with y'all.
Sorry.
She put herself on me. Okay. All right. Anyway, so we're here to celebrate 420 with y'all, to smoke with y'all, hang out, chat for a while. And since we're here chatting away, because I know where our ass is going to get distracted as fuck, but we're also here to talk about the uses of marijuana in witchcraft. That's the best way I can explain it.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
The way to do it.
Where do you want to start?
I don't know. There's so many places where we could start. Does anybody want to like throw us a question or something, or y'all tell us where to start? Because I don't know where the fuck to start. See, I'm not good at starting things. I'm a Leo. I'm a mutable sign. Which I think. No, I'm a fixed sign. I'm a fixed sign, which means I keep things going. I just can't start. I need someone to start for me.
And I'm a great starter. I just can't.
You're an Aries. You need to start this shit for me.
Okay, so let's start with meditation because that's the one that I can speak on almost the most.
Wait, before you say anything.
Yeah.
What is up?
Hello.
Howdy. You know who says howdy, Rowan? Thomas.
People in Texas.
Well, Thomas.
Thomas?
Yeah, not anymore, to be honest with you. Not anymore. At least not to me, but like back in the day.
I worked for the guy, and he was creeping. He ended up getting fired anyway. But he greeted people instead of saying like hi, hello, whatever, even cheers or cheerio. He'd be like salutations.
I don't. You know, I don't.
Gave you the ick.
Yeah, I don't. Every time Thomas would say howdy, that gave me the ick.
Yeah, it's like, all right, text.
Don't like it. But anyway, so where are we starting? Go ahead. Give me a start.
I said meditation or meditation, and then I guess for meditation you can go into astral and then journeying and blah blah blah. Okay. But for meditation, it's just to get you relaxes the shit out of you. Okay, let's just go there first and foremost. As long as you're not one of the people that have an adverse effect that makes you hyper paranoid about stuff, if you hit the relaxed state, then you can relax into the meditation state faster, smoother.
When did you first start smoking? Like, okay, all right.
What do you mean?
Okay, for me, I started smoking at the age of 13. I do not recommend doing that, people. Don't do that. Okay. However, I've never had a break. So 13, literally to today, I've always smoked, never had a break. Have you ever had a break?
What do you mean a break? Like a period of time where I stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I took a pregnancy. I quit everything.
Yeah, you're a woman. I forgot you have.
Yeah, pregnancy. I quit everything. Like I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't drink anything. I did drink coffee. But no alcohol, no wine, no nothing. I dropped everything cold turkey. Minus coffee. Sanity. And probably not until they were with an intermittent here and there, solidly. Not again until they were in their teens.
Okay.
Then I took another break to. When did I start smoking again?
3 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago, I came back.
Okay. All right. When you take a break, do you remember when you first would smoke how all the symptoms would hit you? Like I'm talking, you go through the paranoia symptom, then the munchie symptom, then the get knocked out of my ass and sleep for 80 million hours symptom, or just the giggles symptom. You can't stop laughing. Just all of these symptoms that hit you when you first start smoking weed, right?
Yeah.
Now that, whenever you would stop and then restart, did you ever experience having to undergo all of those symptoms again, like it's your first time?
No, except for one, the sleepiness.
Okay.
When I first started back, it's hard for me to skip past the sleep. Now, as a kid and young adult, I didn't get the sleepies.
Okay.
That didn't start until I was older, and I'm going to assume it's because after having kids, your body shit changes. And I was constantly tired already. So the minute I will, okay, TMI. I don't know. I think we've kind of talked about it. I have bipolar issues and ADHD, touch of the tism here and there, heavy on some things. So I have a lot of issues. One of those is also overactive brain activity. even in my sleep, because I had to go through a whole study when I was a kid. And basically, I don't know how to shut my brain off, and marijuana is really the only thing
To help.
that helps.
Yeah.
So, and even then, if I get past the sleepies, I just like 20 things I want to get done. Like, oh, I'm feeling good. Let's just work them through, you know. So Alan has to kind of keep me grounded and like, bitch, sit down. That was the whole point of lighting the joint. Like, sit down. Like, I need you to chill.
And that's where, you know, depending on what you're smoking, indica or sativa,
Yeah.
you more so sleepy or more so I need to rearrange this entire fucking living room now.
Right.
That's me. A lot of because I prefer sativas because I don't like the sleepiness. You know, I don't want to go to fuck like unless it's nighttime and I'm actually supposed to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go to sleep. So I prefer when I mean, obviously, as you know, like what I have right now, lemon, cherry, gelato, yada yada fuck. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's either an indica or like an indica dominant hybrid because it not like I said, it's knocks me out. You know what I mean? It makes me like sleepy, like wow, just one to a couple and I'm zooted. But I prefer the sativas and because I like to get creative. And a lot of the times that also too drives my witchcraft side. You know what I mean? That'll get me to thinking like if I'm sober and I'm thinking, oh my God, what do I do? If I'm high, I'm like, I know exactly what I need to
Right.
do.
Your brain can go right there.
Exactly. Like so, but no, the reason I bring up the whole symptom aspect is because a lot of people when they first start smoking, they feel the paranoia, the overthinking, the why do I feel like I can hear every heartbeat, like, and to me, so and this happened a lot. Marijuana is not for everyone. Okay?
No, true.
So and it's going to affect everyone very differently. Personally speaking, the paranoia, the overstimulation was from like when I first started, you know, when all of the symptoms would hit me. Again, when I would laugh my ass off to crying my ass off, you know, like just the dramatics, you know what I mean? Where when I started having like a stable smoking relationship with marijuana and as time passed and, you know, tolerance would build and everything, all that shit really subsided. You know what I mean? And I could enjoy my high without the extreme emotions or the paranoia or the feeling like I need to eat everything in the fridge. Like when I first started smoking, the first year of smoking, me and my cousin every night, 1 a.m., making fucking pancakes.
I'm sorry. I remember us eating a whole pie like 2 days in a row. Like,
you ain't wrong there. You ain't wrong there. And I mean, that's just, I mean, either way, you're going to get hungry. It's just shit.
mm-hmm.
But now, and that's where my advice to a lot of people who say, like, I don't like it because I get paranoid or I get too high or whatever the case is. Sometimes if you kind of just stick with it a little bit and keep smoking, that shit subsides. That shit is just, you know, the symptoms that first come because you're experiencing this new herb. You know what I mean?
And it does alter your brain chemicals. That's the point of it.
Yeah. So, but I've also have heard from a lot of different conversations I had with people that sometimes that symptom does not go away, no matter.
I've heard the paranoia one for some people never like eases up, and they get like they can't. Like, okay, I work with a guy, not Dylan, the other one, that he freaked out and about his heart beating. His heart was beating either too fast or too slow, something. And he like was tripping balls. Like he could not get his shit together. And that was a gummy. He took a gummy. It was a stronger gummy, kind of like them belts. It was heavier. The things that the ropes or whatever that from Dad. Oh yeah, we're not gonna talk about those. But it kind of hit him like that. And he didn't know what to do with himself. So now he's just like anti everything at the moment. Even though in the same breath, he'll be like, well, I mean, I slept really good that night.
Right. See, to me, and this is where I say, like, it's that more symptom kind of aspect. It's because I know, like, it's to a certain point. Because, like, okay, when I normally smoke, you see me, you couldn't tell the difference between sober Kevin or high Kevin. You can't. You know what I mean? unless he gets too high, and then that's when all those symptoms are right back at it again, right? And that's where, like that one time with those ropes, the symptoms you experience were my extreme emotions, where my like I'm laughing my ass off to I'm crying my ass off, like, and me laughing was just me crying, like it was just so weird.
He was on a roller coaster.
But that's the extreme, and again, that's because you get so high, you're not used to that high. So you have symptoms. Other than like when I just smoke regularly, I'm used to this type of high, so all the symptoms have subsided for me. I will say Leo in here looks like he. When did you start smoking? Like first start? 13?
12.
12. No, you, Chris.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah, 13.
Yeah. Okay, then Leo's got I think everyone beat so far because he started when he was 12.
Oh, that's what it sounds. I looked over at you.
I'm just picking up on the comments real quick. I cannot stand the taste or the smell or anything of valerian root. Trust me, I literally had to play with that today. Not for me. That's for someone who was being a girl. It's never been my thing, but I occasionally will try a different strain to see if it helps anyone. Yeah, okay. See, that's because I prefer like sativas rather than indicas. But some people prefer the indicas rather than the sativas because they don't want to be up and hyper and shit. And that's what the sativa will do for you. I couldn't make my legs work. That is hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading now too. That's amazing. I had an edible knock me on my ass because, well, I think that was probably my first edible. First, maybe second. I don't know. It was up there. It was a brownie, and I got so high I threw up. I was fucking miserable.
I've done that. I've greened out, like disgusted. But anyway, and I'm sorry, Leo, but I hate to tell you, gym socks smell better than valerian.
What?
He said valerian smells like gym socks. I said gym socks smell better than valerian.
They do smell like akin to feet.
Like really nasty ass rotten feet. Like it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I love it, but I hate it because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, love it for what you can do with it, both medicinally and magically. Hate the smell of it. Hate needing to open the damn jar because that's vile. And the whole area just stink now. You know what I mean? The whole area just stink. It's not good. It's never fun. And you know what? That is in a separation powder that we have. Because all you want to do is separate yourself from that motherfucker.
Right. Yeah. I imagine everybody has to do it in pill form. Ugh.
All right. So now getting back to the meditations, right? Because that's why I brought up the symptoms and the paranoia, because sometimes people can't meditate because it puts them in overdrive.
Right. That's true.
And to some people, either want to smoke and try to just build up knowledge where those symptoms subside, or just don't smoke. Because, like, again, sometimes smoking ain't for everybody. But okay, so meditation, right? So, because normally weed gets you, you know what it does? It gets you in a different state of mind, and it helps you enter a different brainwave than your natural waking state brain. You know what I mean? Brain function. It basically puts you in a meditative trance.
And from there, say, so much noise.
I know. All I hear is him coughing his lungs out.
You go from the trance into, like, say you teeter off into, that non-sleep state where you're aware of what's going on, but okay, please tell me I'm not the only one that goes through this. I can fall asleep and be literally aware of everything going on around me to the point I can repeat conversations. But I was asleep because I was snoring, like legit. But like, and you can feel yourself snoring, but you're not awake.
I don't know if I've been there.
It is the weirdest thing because they'll be like, "Oh, you weren't paying attention," because it's during movies I fall asleep, which we've all seen. So, but sometimes like if there's something going on, I'm still listening, but I am 100% asleep, and he's woken me up, and I'm like, I'm not asleep, I'm listening. He's like, "Bitch, you were snoring." I'm like, "No, bro, I'm telling you, I can hear it." He's like, "What? Blah blah blah." Say, and I can repeat it back.
That's crazy.
It's like being in two different worlds at once, and that middle part is where you got to get to, because in the middle you can decide you want to go this way or that way.
See, that is where you could easily like astral project and shit.
Exactly. You can. I mean, I've never done the lucid dreaming very well on purpose at all, like ever. I don't think I have been in them, but not on purpose. You know?
I've done it like, okay. Well, now there's like flying in your dream. I've been told both that it's astral projection, and I've been told that it's lucid dreaming.
I think it could go either way. I don't feel like there's a difference really, because if you think about it, it's just in your conscience. Your conscience can be Superman and Batwoman at the same time if you wanted to. But it's like this brain on this plane and this brain on this plane kind of touch.
Yeah.
To where they can mingle. You know what I mean? Either way, it's your consciousness and subconsciousness.
And I mean, and that's why too. You're right, because they say that one can help with the other anyway. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people will use lucid dreaming as a springboard for astral projection.
Astral projection, yeah.
And that's where, I mean, for me, because I would always qualify, or at least where I am when I am awake and realizing like, okay, like I'm flying, that's when I would call it astral projection, because to me, I've always, anytime I'm outside my physical body flying or like doing whatever, yes, I am lucid and aware, but it's always in the same times as like if I were to wake up right after, it'd be the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like if it's daytime in my dream, it's because it's daytime outside.
Mm-hmm.
Or nighttime, whatever the fuck. But I don't know. That's where, and that's because I'm out here in the physical world, and I can't necessarily change things at whim like you can in a dream. You know what I mean? Like lucid dreaming, if I want a Ferrari to pull up, a Ferrari will pull up.
Right.
But in an astral realm,
imagination making all that happen.
Yes, exactly.
No, in astral, it's very much more worldly, because you're interacting with objects, things, and people that would interact with you in real life in real time, so that makes sense. In the dream state, it's still a dream. You're still using the creative side of your brain to make things up, which is amazing that the brain can even do that. But also, you mentioned something about daylight and nighttime. All my dreams are at night. Not in the physical sense, but like in the dream, it's always nighttime.
My dreams depend. It's 50-50. It is. But like I said, when it comes to astral projection, whatever time it is in real time is yeah.
That's the same with remote viewing, which that one makes dumb. That was dumb I even said that, because you're remote viewing the area at that time.
Yeah.
On a recorded loop. So I am getting high. The stoning is hit. So
the 420 celebration has begun.
Yes. So my ability to keep up is gonna drop off real fast.
So now, do you use the marijuana for the meditations?
Yes. Well, unintentionally. A lot of times I won't think about meditating until after I've already smoked.
Because marijuana brings you to that level, though. It brings you to this. I don't know. Let me tell you right now, because now we're gonna get into it. And I'm gonna roll up again because it's 420 back to back. How you doing?
I am not gonna partake in that.
So, now you can also use it for psychic abilities.
In my opinion, yes. Whether that's actually factual, I have no idea.
I mean, this is with witchcraft and everything, right? Mm-hmm. However, I know it to be factual for me because I have had the experience where the first time I've ever had past lives experience is because I was like, okay, the very first few times I was smoking is when I had my first past life experience, like right
Okay.
there.
Interesting.
And that's happened each time I'm high. Is I'll have not each time. Each time I have a past life experience or memory, it's when I'm high.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I mean, we were doing our little research and everything, and we know that marijuana is associated with what was it, Saturn, I think.
Yeah.
Associated with Saturn is a feminine plant.
Yes.
The spirit of the plant is named Mary Jane. Hello, as we can all be aware of. I'm pretty sure. What else?
There was something.
The magical abilities is like the marijuana helps promote vision.
Visions, yes. And oddly enough, like, what was the weird one? At least for me, it was like healing, not healing. It was something in healing or something. And I was like, that's odd.
I have my phone over here.
I don't know. I feel like if you're like a type A person, it lowers you down, slows you down to the type B person in the brain. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. But yeah. I don't even remember what the question was.
I don't know what you're trying to reference because after our studying and research, we saw the visions, the healing, the love, marijuana also being used highly in magical practice before laws started outdating its usage.
That's right. That's right. I forgot. We did read that. Which, let me tell you, you want to look into why we don't use hemp products? That's a slippery slope to go down. It's it's a whole thing, and it had nothing to do with, it was just about paper, I think.
Really?
Yeah. You should look it up. I know you don't really typically like that kind of stuff, but it's very interesting of why that got outlawed. Like weird. It's like reading about cast iron and why cast iron was demonized for so long, and come to find out it was employed by the Teflon company. Man.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, when was cast iron ever demonized?
Oh, for like 25 to 50 years?
Like our cast iron cauldrons?
Cast iron cookware in general. We're getting way off topic. We'll have to hit on that later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm telling you, I can't keep a train of thought on a normal day. And this is really bad right now. So
I'm sorry, I keep rubbing myself. I'm itchy because my skin is healing.
Now, who's regretting not putting lotion on today?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what was the next thing? So magical practices, or did we miss something?
Divination and still like with psychic abilities. Do you use it anything for like that? Like when you're about to like do any divinations, do you make it a point like?
No, I've never. Honestly, I haven't.
Have you ever had any experiences like with me having past life memories? Like the first one, because I was smoking, and it was just insane. Because I literally left, but came back and no time passed. Except maybe like a minute, because I feel like my cousin was like, "Hey, yo, you gonna hit that again or pass?"
Right. Puff puff pass.
Right. What are you doing?
No, I mean yes and no. I will say that I vaguely remember one of my more intense, and this I don't know if this attributes to this type of psychic thing, but it's a psychic thing in general. Like any of the clairs, like my clairs open up more.
Yeah.
I'm hypersensitive to like audio clair.
Okay.
And I think for me, in a relaxed state of mind, I am more sensitive to what happens around me when we're out walking around, or like in the house with the whistler. I tend to notice him more often in a heightened state. So I think it just relaxes that third eye part that mundane life tends to force shut.
Well, so in a scientific term, what it does is because, like, okay,
Why
when
you
you,
ask me if you got science facts over there?
I don't even remember what I asked you, dude.
Oh my god! You asked me if I had any experiences psychically.
Well, that's science. Like, I mean, my science backs up what I'm about to say, but that doesn't answer if you've had any experience. No, because what it is that our waking state, our brain waves are normally in what they call beta, and that runs from something to something hertz cycles per cycle. It's a whole fucking thing. I have
Oh,
it in my book if you want to, purchase my book when it comes out.
right. No, I was. Let me jump in and make a correlation between megahertz and brainwaves and crystals, and that's why we put them around the crown. Blah blah blah. We'll jump on that later. Just wanted to say it before I forgot, though. Okay, I'm done.
Wait, I wanted you to elaborate on that.
I don't want to elaborate on it. It's a different topic. Go.
But we should. Okay. We
Go.
really, I don't know. All right. So, I mean, I think we should. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, the brainwave, right? Now, when you're in your sober, normal mind, you're in a beta brainwave, right? And it's cycling at a certain wavelength. When you smoke, your brainwave is brought down to the alpha brainwave, which is, again, it's a certain cycles per cycle, but some fucking shit. I don't know. I'm getting high. So the point is, it brings you down into that alpha brainwave where your brain is running in slower cycles, and that is the cycle that we are always in when we're meditating or doing witchcraft or doing divinations, conjuring spirits, having visions and premonitions or past life, all this shit that is happening in the alpha brainwave. When you do witchcraft, when you do magic, alpha brainwave. Now meditation and all that, it is an alpha, but then that's when you start getting into the lower brain waves, the slower ones like theta and delta. But but delta, you ain't meditating, you are magic. So that's beside the point, right?
You jumped off the train.
However, so that's why I also think, because a lot of people, argue that you shouldn't be under the influence of anything. And sometimes, as true as that,
arguing that.
well, see, some people, straight arrow people. See, now look, I'm over here where I agree.
So
Don't do a line of coke and then try to act like you can read my palm, because no one fucks. However, best believe I'm gonna smoke my smoke before I maybe read your cards, because exactly science tells me that the brainwave, like if my brain permanently goes to alpha, then here I am.
Could you imagine the whole spiel you just said? Like, say you're at a fair and you're the psychic tarot reader, and this kid comes in here talking smack, and you start hitting him with science and facts, and he's like, "Bitch, I'm in a make-believe tent doing make-believe things, and you're spitting science." That whole scene just played out in my head. It was amazing.
I kind of love that. Yo, that's probably a premonition that's gonna happen to us.
That's yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, listen, I gotta smoke my blunt. This is too much for me.
But I bet Carney people have like the best buffet.
RAB, Regulus Arcturus Black. What?
No.
Harry Potter.
Okay. No one got my reference earlier, and I know there's some freaking Gen Xers up in here. Kind of mad about it.
But what were we saying?
I don't fucking know.
I knew it. I shouldn't have even said what I said. Psychic abilities.
Yeah, I mean, I think they help.
They help, guys. They help. I bust out the science, and she's like, they help, y'all. Just smoke a blunt and do it. It helps.
All I'm saying is I think that if you smoke a little marijuana or ingest it somehow or another, drink it, eat it, smoke it, that your brain will relax enough to let you do the things that your brain won't let you do based on societal pressure and norms. Take you to new heights.
Yeah, you sounded like a straight up hippie right there.
I know, it was
It
great.
was beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, this is where like we need to go to Woodstock together.
Oh no, those people get on my damn nerves.
Yeah, I know. I've been there so many times.
Oh god. No, I'm at the crowd in general. Like, don't touch me.
No, you want to hear a story? Totally off topic, but you want to hear a story? And this was because you know what? Not even off topic. It was because I was high, and maybe was having a couple of drinks. But mind your fucking business. I was at a concert, of course. So at Bethel, they fucking. There was a concert going on. I was high. I had a couple drinks in me, but not that many because I had to drive. So you know, I wasn't gone. So, but no. So what happened was I was talking to Sam, and we were having a fucking conversation or some shit. I don't even know what happened. But someone walked by us, and whatever the fuck was attached to them, I felt their energy, and it made me physically ill for like a good 30 minutes, and then just disappeared and went away.
What the hell?
Yeah. You know what I had to do? It didn't go away, funny enough, until so there was like a little creek, right? There was like a little creek running by, and I jumped over it because I wanted to get on the other side because I needed to do something, mind y'all business. And when I came, and then that's when, and then like when I came back, it was like all gone. Really, when I jumped over
Why?
the water, it was all gone, huh?
You know why?
Because jumping over water.
Boundary,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what, and then I think I mentioned that like later because I was like, why did it just randomly go away? And then I was like, the water. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Now, let me because there's plenty of more. There's plenty of more. Now, healing. You want to talk about using it and healing?
Yeah. Well, I only know a couple base things just based on experience. I know there's a lot of research into CBD, but that's like you read one article, it says one thing, you read another article, it says opposite. So it's kind of hard to. So based on personal experience, nausea, vomiting, headaches, body aches, pain, joint pain, arthritis, earaches, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Fucking. There's been so many times where I'll like get sick. Like there was one time, and this was when marijuana was illegal. So that kind of goes to show, like, wow.
It's still illegal here.
Oh well, it's not here. So no, but so we there was one time I was working. I was at work and I was sick. I was very ill, and my manager looked at me and was like, "Yo, like, you really don't look good. Do you have a blunt? Like maybe you can go out back and just smoke a blunt." And I was like, "Girl, if I had one, I would." And I appreciate you trying to like, you know, be nice like that. And you know, like I said, it was illegal at the time, so no, you can't be doing stuff like that. And she was like, "Yo, go smoke a blunt or something. You need to feel better." But no, it always helps with my nausea. Nowadays, if I do feel queasy, whatever the fuck, I do like to smoke because it helps calm me down. Um, Headaches, absolutely. No weed gets rid of all that. It's like minor ailments, stuff like that. But also like pains, muscle pains, like so you're saying like arthritis, stuff like that. Muscle pains, back pains, spasms, anything like that. It's a fucking miracle. What's that? What's that? Fuck! I hate you. Oh
Yeah.
my god! You're gonna eat that in front of me. Go to hell. Go to hell. I hope you go to hell and that ice cream melts instantly. So you can be like, damn, I have no ice cream. And then I can be like, exactly, because I have no ice cream. The fuck?
That's fucking mean.
I mean.
That's supposed to be mean to me.
Who the fuck is hacking my husband?
Fucking baby.
Oh my god. Nah, all right. You can have your ice cream, but like, can I have a lick? Why did she look at me like that? What the fuck? Can I have a lick? I said what I said.
No. No.
And this is why your ice cream deserves to melt.
It could break them. Mm.
So, okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, no, magic. I mean, with the healing aspect in marijuana, absolutely. Let alone the fact that marijuana in many states across the United States, it's legal medicinally. You know what I mean? As
Yeah,
medicine.
bro. Like serious shit, like seizures,
Cancer.
Tourette's.
What's that? Anorexia, bulimia.
Anorexia, bulimia. Or spark up the appetite.
Yeah, no, marijuana helps heal very much, and in a lot of cases, even again from minor to major, it really does fucking help. So you know, life-threatening
Why it's
situations.
not legal everywhere is because of the money factor. That's it.
I know.
It's fucking stupid.
But then, this is where we're getting a little conspiracy. But is that cool? Can I get a little conspiracy real quick?
Please.
That's where, to me, if they're gonna make it legal, because let me tell you something right now. I have never heard of anyone medically getting in trouble with marijuana, like something happening to them medically because of marijuana until it became legal. And that to me is because they're doing shit to the marijuana now that it's legal to not only, yes, make their money, but now to make sure because they want y'all in the hospital. Right, now they're gonna fuck with that shit. Now you're going into the hospital and now they're still making more money off of you. And that's the shit I don't fuck with. And that's why I still get my weed the way I get my weed. Because you're not gonna fuck me up. You're not gonna kill me. I don't think so. And all that Delta bullshit, don't touch it, guys. Don't touch it. Because that ain't right. That ain't real, that ain't right.
There's definitely a lot of questionable stuff going on with them. Let's see, hold on. Farm bill from New Year's back, baby. It's legal as long as it's not over 0.3 THC. I'll have to look into that. That's interesting. But yeah, and then pharmaceutical companies have their hands in that shit already, which is the fucking point of how they're gonna mess with it. My doctor spray from a similar Crohn's disease, and I'm allergic to steroids. Nice.
Exactly.
Inflammation, good. Exactly.
Really, is very useful, and we're gonna get into more uses of it, not just actually smoking it. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Did you want to bring anything more up about the healing aspect?
Well, there's physical healing, mental healing. So, you could really.
It can heal your aura. Really heal your aura. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because honestly, we'll get there. We'll get there. Now. Okay. All right. Shadow work.
That kind of goes back to the meditation, though.
Okay. That goes. Okay. Because I have some experience, but I want you to first bring it up.
Go for it. I just said that.
I feel like I can't shut the fuck up, and that's again because of this marijuana. But I'll bring it up, but after. But and that's where that goes into the meditation aspect, because it goes into the brain activity where you're in that slower brain wave, so you're getting spiritual messages and you're receiving and you're more open to things than when you are sober and strict, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So more things are able to now come through. I don't know if you want to take off on this for a little bit.
Well, I think when you slow your brain, now I guess it depends on the person and how their brain, what their functionality is.
Right.
But when you slow your brain down to a certain point, you can start looking at things in an analyzing type of manner.
Yeah.
So say you're healing from past trauma from a child, and as an adult, you have the ability to look at things a certain way for accountability. And sometimes in our waking moments of, our everyday life, it's almost like we justify our actions more than we should. But in shadow work, if you're smoking and you're in a different state of mind, mentally and physically, like your body's relaxed, your mind's relaxed, and you can kind of analyze yourself and how you intake and process information. As an adult, you might look at some of the things that happened as a child in a different light, and maybe from a different perspective, because you being an adult now versus the adult that might have been the abuser, and how maybe, if A and B didn't happen, neither would C and D. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think it helps process trauma a lot better.
I
In some
couldn't
cases,
have said it any better. Because I've literally had that exact thing happen. You know what I mean? Where like again, just like marijuana gave me my first past life experience, marijuana also gave me my first shadow life experience. And because I was telling a story to my cousin. I'm sure
I know what this is.
Yes, we were. Me and my cousin were very close at this time. She literally just happened to live with me. Like she just moved out and was living somewhere else. And I was with her at this different place. We were in the basement smoking, and we were very high. It could have honestly have even been 420. And I was telling her this story that I thought was so funny, and I always thought it was funny because I never really understood. And so, but I was telling it to her, and once I completed the entire story, it fucking hit me, and it like everything, like my entire brain, because of it being so open to the actual reality of what was, and like it's like I became aware of it, and I relived through that even in like it was a night, you know what I mean? It was a night, an extensive night, but it helped me realize the truth and the reality behind it. You know what I mean? And marijuana really, because you can perceive things, and you might be more willing to undergo certain past memories and traumas when you are. You know what I mean?
Because they hit softer. You know what I mean? The when you get hit with those memories or experiences, they don't hit as hard as when you're sober. Now, this very much sounds like a campaign to go do drugs, kids, but this is like marijuana.
No, first off, be legal.
Illegal.
Well, be legal. Be legal if you're going to smoke it.
Don't listen to me tonight. Leave it.
If you're going to smoke, you have to do it legally. Okay, we're not promoting anything illegal. Except literally, you're the fact that we're over here like, I live in an illegal state.
Give a fuck.
Right, who cares? Because we're all adults here. But no, it's just, you know what it is too? Because it's not even the fact that it comes off nicer or like it doesn't hit as hard. It's just more that it's because when you're sober, you're more in a controlling mindset where you're trying everything not to feel it. You know
right.
what I mean? And that itself can be very painful. So when you're high and you let go, and it just it literally creeps in. You don't know it's there until after you've even had the thought. You know what I mean? It's like certain visions. You don't know what happened until after it's happened. And then you like piece together what the fuck you just went through.
It's also like hiding in plain sight, right? So you had this story down pat that you tell, and that was your brain's way of coping.
Yeah.
And then you let that wall down in a moment of vulnerability to somebody you're already very close with.
Yeah.
And you explain it the way you explain it. And I feel like it's a body language thing. Like she's giving off a body language like the fuck.
See, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she did.
I mean, she would have had to. Otherwise, I'd have some questions. But like, so I think your subconscious like micro expressions and all that stuff kind of was like, oh, yeah, it's only funny sometimes. It's only funny when it's, at this whatever. It's not funny when it's being, the reality of those situations hitting as an adult.
Right.
Right. And it's fucked up, but I've had it happen to me. Yeah. So it's only, unless you had a squeak, like nothing ever happened to you. I mean, makes sense.
So, but no, shadow work. Oh my god, it really helps you dive into it, and it helps because it helps you, like you said, it puts you in this. What's the word you used?
Analytical mindset.
That where now you can explore deep within your mind places you would never even thought of. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's very useful, honestly, and it helps you face reality. But and you know, I'm not gonna lie, the spirit of Mary Jane herself really does. She does kind of like hold your hand a little bit, where like she lets you know you're not alone. You know what I mean? She's not gonna coddle you, because again, she's gonna fucking put the truth right in your face. But she'll also be the first one to let you know you're not alone.
Yeah, we can accept this and work through this.
Exactly. Maybe I just sound like an addict. Maybe I don't. Anyway,
Right.
I kind of want to catch up, but yeah, as long as you guys are talking back and forth, which it seems like. What up, Linda? It seems like y'all are. I don't know. Maybe not.
Do you want to go into magical properties? Or
Okay. Yeah, because that's really where we're ending it with.
Yeah.
With a couple of things where, okay, so as we all know and pretty much have discussed for the most part, with that's smoking marijuana, getting high, and utilizing that in your practice. You know what I mean? And again, even with that, you're easier to manipulate and direct energy because of the alpha brainwave it puts you in. So that way you're more connected with the energies around you. That's why you can, work magics better, or psychic abilities are stronger and enhanced, or why you can meditate more efficiently and work on spiritual things like auras or whatever the case is, dealing with your own and cleansing your own personal energy. But there's also using it outside of our bodies, and I don't mean like this, but I mean actually taking the herb and using it like any other herb in the craft, like using it to dress candles, or to use in oils, or to burn as incense, stuff like that.
yeah.
You want to go it out a little bit?
I'll be honest, I don't have any experience in that. That crap's kind of expensive where I'm at.
She said, "The fuck I look like rolling my marijuana on a candle, bitch? Unless that candle is gonna get smoked."
Now, I will say herbally.
Yeah.
In pain oils or any salves, especially that require warming of whatever you're doing, then yeah, I will spare a tad or buy extra for said project. But I'm not anointing no candle in it. I might make an incense, and that's more just beneficial. I might as well smoke it at that point.
She said, "I'm still breathing that in, so."
Right. If I'm gonna breathe it, I'm gonna breathe it. You know what I mean?
Right. So now I have 2 holy oil recipes. One is the shop's holy oil recipe, the one we sell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is my personal recipe, and the only difference is that the personal recipe has all of the ingredients it is said that the original holy recipe includes, and that is marijuana. It's hemp. So my personal holy oil is the holy oil straight out of the Bible, including marijuana, because that's how apparently it originally was. I can't tell you where I know that from because I don't remember, because I smoke a lot of marijuana. However, the one that we sell in the shop, of course, does not contain any.
No.
That would be illegal. But now, okay. Even say you were to do that, right? What? Because like for me, I feel like a lot of spells. You know what I would use it in? If I want to confuse my enemies, or if I want to take down their protections, if I want to make them dazed and confused, if you will.
Dazed and confused with a smoke screen.
Exactly. If I want to put up an illusion, if facade of some type, a distraction, I can do that with marijuana.
I mean, I was gonna say you could do a sleep spell too.
You could definitely do that. Oh my god.
But I mean,
Imagine adding that into a potion to make someone go to sleep.
oh yeah, 100%. I do my sleepy time tweak quick and in a hurry. Move over, passion flower. Chamomile, get out of my way. You know,
Larry and Root who?
yeah, stinky bitch. Nobody needs you.
Literally, we don't want you anyway.
Yeah, no. I mean, if let me just say, the minute it becomes legal to grow for like I know in some states you can grow up to like 4 to 6 plants or whatever. The minute it's legal here, then I'll be like, oh, roll a candle in it, no problem. I got plenty, you know.
And that's where using the leaves, you know, because you don't just have to use the flower, the buds, you know.
Your hemp stems,
Nah, I love you. Talk about making poppets.
right?
Hello,
I just thought about that.
hello.
Had an astral in there.
So marijuana is really considered to be holy and sacred. So the uses for it can be very versatile.
Yeah. I just want to point out, Jimmy said she likes to get high before getting a tattoo. If I got high and got a tattoo, I might as well just sleep through the whole thing.
Shut up. I do the exact same thing. I need to get high before I get a fucking tattoo. Sometimes I need to get high during a tattoo, and that's only been during one tattoo.
I mean,
On my fucking wood.
that would be nice. But it depends. If it's in a place that doesn't hurt, which I haven't found yet,
Right.
then I'm just gonna go to sleep. So I'm wasting my weed.
Yo, I'm having some weird ass deja vu.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, but with that being said, I wanted to ask you. You know what else you can use in it?
Food.
Offerings.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yep. You can offer it because I know Santísima Muerte. She loves marijuana. Hearn loves marijuana.
Of course he does.
I could say, she's not a big smoker, but anytime I offer her the blunt, she's next to her, like, me.
I mean, she's an occasional social event.
Right. Don't forget, like, she owns the garden. You know what I mean?
Right.
About magical herbs. Marijuana is there. She'll smoke. She ain't the biggest smoker.
She'll partake.
Right, but she'll
not buy, but she'll partake if it's available.
Right. So, but that's something, and exactly using it in like your incenses, like divination. Oh my God. Add marijuana mixed with mugwort, mixed with eyebright. That's a nice incense right there.
Speaking of divination, we didn't talk on marijuana and divination. Or did you already? And I missed it.
I don't know. Do you know what's good? When you smoke marijuana during divination, all right, I'm gonna say, because you can burn it during divination, have it for your candle, even if you want to sprinkle like a little circle of marijuana around the candle. And now and if you're smoking it, that can be, you're smoking for the spirits, you know what I mean? Or you go like that, or for the spirits. That was for the spirits, because I did not just waste that. So Uncle Rick put that gas down here and smoke that. Happy 420, just for you. Anyway, and there you go. You can invoke your ancestors. Those that were big ass potheads back in the day, because my Uncle Rick, tell you what, you mention weed around his name and he come running. He come running.
Well, I mean, Native Americans used it for forever for a lot of stuff.
Marijuana, tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's what too. Exorcisms.
Oh,
Marijuana. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead because you know more about this than I do.
Well, I mean, marijuana exorcisms, and now exorcisms doesn't have to be the picture of the priest with the bandit like trying to get rid of Asmodeus or whoever the fuck. Like Nah. I mean, sometimes, yeah, but sometimes not. And a lot of the times, witches do that a lot differently than how they do it. And especially because we work with a lot more spirits than they do.
Mm-hmm.
But the house can easily become infested. And yes, there's been a few times in my life, not many, thank the gods, but more than once that I've had to perform an exorcism. And marijuana would be a great fucking. Not only do you have to, not only would I suggest you smoking the marijuana, but then also utilizing the marijuana. See, maybe if you take the holy water, steep it in some marijuana, frankincense, and myrrh, and then bless the space. Oh God, yeah, yeah, strong stuff, strong stuff.
I mean, it is kind of like an all around like
I
duct
mean,
tape type
what you
herb.
do with it? I mean, it's marijuana, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it really is good for just about everything. Just about.
Coaxing a demon with a joint, I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, tracks. But like, it literally is. And it's one of the only, well, maybe not one of the only, I say that like there's not a lot of them, but the most medicine, like second, third, maybe most known. Like you can make a salve out of it, you can ingest it, you can smoke it. Like it, you can do multiple different things with it. With some herbs, like you can do topical stuff where you can ingest it, or you can ingest it, but it might cause you skin rash. I don't think that's a real thing. I made that up, but you know what I mean. Like some are very one type only situations. Yeah, I don't know, make fun of me, bitch.
Shut up. Um, I want to answer Rowan's question.
Yeah, I'm reading it now.
It is real quick. So he said, "Do you think since what? Do you think since for some people marijuana can induce paranoia, it can be used in a baneful because himself, working to cause paranoia? Absolutely,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Because, like, whatever it can help you with, it can hurt you with.
right. And mind you, and exactly with that case, because like I said before, how you can, make someone dazed and confused. You can confuse them, send them paranoia and fear. You can really get after their health, make them not hungry, make them lose appetite, make them feel pain, make them feel all types of pain, especially if they're taking anything to reduce pain and inflammation. You can use it to make someone have insomnia. You can do it to send spirit. You can use marijuana to send spirits to people. Marijuana, because it's so holy and sacred, and all the good things it can do, balance of polarity, everything is dual, so it can do a lot of horrible shit too.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this guy's on my fucking ass.
What? Who's up someone's fucking ass?
It's just fucking. Oh, well, it's funny because they're smoking weed too.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's like, the end of the Cali weed. Where were we? I don't even remember where we were.
I don't remember after. I don't remember before the Baneful question. Unless you want to talk on a couple of like specific things you can do.
I mean, Banefully? You just went through a whole list.
I know. That's why I said.
Because I can't really add that, and yes, that is devious. Let's see. Man, I don't know. You can pretty much do anything.
See, right there also gives me the idea of glamour spells. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
One can make you. You can use it to make people see the worst of themselves.
Well, yeah, because you
could cloud their mirrors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could cloud their own perspective and their own self-esteem.
My skin is very shiny.
Especially if you know where like someone's mirror is in their house. That's scary shit.
Do you use mirrors a lot?
Personally, I mean, the latest I've used a mirror is my protection. Is for like protection works.
Yeah.
I've used mirrors, but are they a regular thing? No.
Yeah, me either. That made me think because when you were talking about, I do know a lot of people that have a lot of mirror things in their house, like just either like artwork or frames or whatever, or actual legit mirrors hanging. And I'm thinking, I have one mirror in my house outside of a bathroom. Like,
see, with that being said, I do when I when I get my own place because I have no space in and out of this fucking room. But I would love to have like a working mirror that only like select few witches would know the location of, because I would because I would like to use it more than I do. I just don't have the space because I would like a big one. You know what I mean?
like bigger than the one I have.
Yeah. Well, to yours is rectangle though.
Yeah, you want long ways?
I want a round one.
Oh, round.
I want a round one or an oval, but preferably round.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Basically, like the evil queen shit. Like,
oh, now it makes sense. Okay.
Okay. All right. But yeah, it would be a great thing because you could use that for a lot of things, including like psychic alarm protections. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if something goes wrong, you can go to that mirror and find out when exactly what happened, what went wrong, and find out and see what happened that you can't see with your physical eyes. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do love mirrors, but do I use them that often? No. Right now, no.
Yeah.
But I've done great things with mirrors.
No, I just, even like from the beginning of my practice, when you first start learning of different tools in the craft, you kind of like get real heavy into them just to figure them out and learn them. The mirror is not one that I was gravitated towards.
I have my scrying mirror.
Yeah.
And I use that a little bit. Not as often as I use other divinations, because a lot of times when I do divination, I do them for other people. And scrying, for me, needs to really, I need to be damn near theta kind of level where I'm really in a trance scrying. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
People don't got time for that.
That's so true. Okay, it's just interesting as fuck.
I do like to scry. I'll scry for myself, or if I'm having a bonfire, I'll scry in the smoke or in the flames or in the coals. Fire
scrying, smoke scrying. Those are my more jump tos. Yeah. And I've never done it I don't think I've ever done it high.
Oh my God, you need to.
I don't think
whatever you're doing, divination, not high, start fucking doing high, people. If y'all smoke, do it high. Because wow.
I know we've done cards late at night and it's been real good.
Yes.
I've just never been in a situation where I was under the influence of that and near fire or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's because for us to have a bonfire yet.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Oh my God. Yeah. Leos have always been accused of liking mirrors. That's true. That's true. The vanity in you.
I mean, I can't deny nothing.
Yeah, but the divination and the psychic stuff, I do even though you have abilities already, when your brain is in a heightened state, it amplifies shit 10 times over.
That's not alpha brainwave.
Yeah, but it's also kind of dangerous too, because you're letting more things in that you would normally not.
That's where you need to, with everything, know what the fuck you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Know what the fuck you're doing. And exactly, because don't think you're letting all this good thing in that there's not something bad lurking around the fucking corner.
Right.
You need to have your protections in place. You need to be aware of what you're doing and how this is going to affect you energetically. And again, remember the balance of duality,
Yeah. And try, I know, for me, I scatterbrained already. Hyper scatterbrained. Obviously, we've all seen. And, but remembering your protections and your boundaries mentally in a heightened state can be tricky. It does take a while to kind of develop. But I think the more you do it in your sober state, your brain it's like an automatic switch. Oh, okay, I need to be kind of more secure. You know, I need to be on the lookout while all this other information's coming in and filtering as it comes through, you know. But that was also the point, is to take some of that filter away. So it's like a weird fine line of, you know, it could be great, or I could see where it could be a kind of a disaster for some people.
It could be incredibly dangerous, and it could be incredibly scary, because for people who haven't, like, okay, think of my sister. Imagine get her super high. Imagine all the shit she's gonna see.
I don't even want to be in that conversation when that happens.
My point exactly. When you do not curate, nurture your gifts, and if you're the type to be scared of any little shadow or little thing that fucking creeps by from the other side, oh, that is for you. Don't smoke in the dark room.
No, definitely not.
Because you're gonna feel that energy. Oh, because you feel and you pick up on it. So, because again, like, your energy is heightened. It's at a frequency that is not like a normal sober frequency. You know, like when you're in beta brainwave, that's not what you're normally used to. So, and it's full blown at that time because you are high and your whole body is high. That, oh wow, you're gonna pick up on things you never picked up on.
I just thought of something that happened to me and you. Same trip. No, second trip, first trip. I don't know. I don't remember which one it was. But you remember the night we went to that graveyard, and we kind of parked in the middle, and we were walking through. We had smoked before that, and I wonder if that's why I was so jumpy, because I was like scared shitless. Like,
did we smoke before that?
Yeah, that was like a midnight trip, so I know we did.
Was that the trip we can't remember?
No, because I remember it.
No, exactly. I know. I know. Because I remember being so like, I forgot the second we walked back to the door.
Yeah. But like, you were super calm when we were in there. You were walking around like you've been there before, and I'm over here like, the fuck, the fuck, the fuck.
See, and that's where that can come off dangerous, but that's where, again, I do notice. I do know my protections. Where, like, that's why I'm walking around with you, like, come on, you're good, you're with me. Like, and you're like, oh, there's an owl. No, that owl was gorgeous. We were in love with that owl.
It was beautiful. But like, I'm just wondering if maybe that's why I was so paranoid that night.
But I wonder if maybe that's also why we perceived it in a different way than it is, because it was so much larger than what it is. So
I know.
It was so much. The spirits there had a very, I want to say, like, the spirits were kind of like, who are these bitches?
Yeah.
But like the main spirit of the graveyard, or the gatekeeper, the Santissima Morte, Hecate, Hearn, whoever the fuck, whatever greater power that was there, and we both know Hecate was there. They were cool with us there. You know what I mean? But I feel like the spirits might have, like, they were just looking at us.
They were snobby.
Huh?
Like, snobbing. Like, you know, not aggressive, but like,
no.
Here, and why are you here?
Right.
Like, you're not dead. You know, it was almost like, like, who invited you? You know what I mean?
And I wonder if that cemetery gets plenty of visits.
I doubt it. I never see anybody over there.
It felt like they, like, it felt, even though it was right smack in the middle of everything, it felt like it was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was so eerie, but in a good way. But in a scary way.
It was kind of like they were looking at us like, who gave you the permission? Because normally people don't get permission.
Yeah, and you know, we did our offerings, we did our thing. We didn't feel weird going in. You know,
it wasn't weird. Like, again, I feel like we were welcome because Hecate kept guiding us.
Mm. Was that the full moon?
I think.
Or like right after?
I don't know what one was the first trip. I think that one was the first trip, and then that was the full moon, and then the second trip during the full moon was when Homeboy Soldier stepped up to us
at the park. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That was
because I feel like the graveyard was at the end of Savannah, which, if I remember correctly, it was the end of our vacation that there was the full moon.
Yes, you're right. That was the first trip then. That was great. We did so much that first trip. It's unreal.
Literally unreal. The fact we did all that.
I don't do that much stuff on
That was
vacation.
an Huh?
I said normally vacations for me, like I don't do that much stuff on a regular vacation.
Yeah.
We were like, dang, we went to a different state.
Literally,
First visit.
literally. We were like, okay, let's get out of here.
Right.
Like, we could have killed each
I know. We were talking about that the other night. I was like, that was some serial killer behavior. Come on. It'll be fine. I'm not going to kill you in your sleep. I promise.
Promise. Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, well, all right. You got anything more to bring up on marijuana?
No, I want to go get another ice cream cone.
No, yeah, okay. I want to roll up, but I don't want to do this on camera anymore. I want to do that. I don't know what else I want to do. Probably eat this mousse that I gotta show you that's in the fridge. Oh my god. Yeah.
Like chocolate mousse?
Yeah.
I have banana pudding. We'll have a pudding party.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Besides, we also are making recipes for you people later for the shop. So
we're working on shop stuff tonight too. We've been working on it all day.
Which, with that being said, just keep up on the shop, y'all. It is down in the description box below because things are coming, things are going. You know what I mean? It's constant. It's constant. Always getting new product, but always things are selling out quick. So you gotta get what you get when you see it. And we also just got these runic bracelets that our boy Rowan has created.
Rowan, yes.
And they are gorgeous. And those are, right now, we only have one rune per bracelet. So whatever you guys want, you guys got to go get it quick before someone else does.
Yeah, we sold 2 yesterday.
Yep. So,
yeah,
2 are already gone. So, all right, guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for spending your 420 with us for a little bit.
For a ramble.
And go enjoy. I hope y'all learned something. I hope y'all are going to incorporate marijuana in your witchcraft now. And go enjoy. Let us know.
Yes.
How that works.